Gentlemen, good afternoon. A very warm greeting to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Micoud Secondary School for this, our 35th graduation exercise with the theme Excellence, Our Heritage, Our Future. Today, we celebrate with the class of 2024. I am Bernice Robinson Challery.
And I am Anya Innes Mones.
And together, we will serve as your host for today's exercise.
Today, we gather to celebrate the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend sincere appreciation for your presence. Today marks not only an end, but also a new beginning for every one of our graduates.
Throughout their journey, these remarkable individuals have faced challenges, embraced growth, and emerged stronger and wiser. Today, we honor their achievements and celebrate their success as they step into the next chapter of their lives.
We are privileged to have witnessed their journey, and we are proud to stand here today to acknowledge their accomplishments. And so we shall begin the celebration. Please allow us to establish protocol. District Education Officer for District 5, Mr. George Jerif. Principal of the Micoud Secondary School, Mrs. Flora Emmanuel Joseph. Vice Principal of the Micoud Secondary School, Mrs. Annie Grieve Marriott. Other principals of the district, specially invited guests, parents, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the procession of the graduating class of 2024.
And now the homeroom sponsor of 5-5, Miss Wilson and her class. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. We are grateful to the Creator for this beautiful and exciting day. With this in mind and knowing that God is our only certainty, we are pleased to invite Pastor Charles to lead us in prayer.
Thank you. As we acknowledge the presence of Him who enables us to be here today, we thank Him. So let's maintain that posture of total silence as we acknowledge Him. Father, We give you thanks today. It's yet another day, another year, another experience in the life of MSS. They celebrate their 35th occasion of graduation. And we say thank you for every teacher. Thank you for the principal and the whole staff. Thank you for the students who would be saying goodbye to this important institution, that which has caused them to be better prepared for the work that they have to perform in this island of theirs, or wherever else they may roam. I pray, God, that you're going to bless them in a special way. Let them acknowledge you as their God and the one who enables them to achieve. And as they, O God, commit themselves to you, you will cause them to do great things in life. I pray for today's ceremony. We know that it would not have been possible except you are there. So we welcome your presence in our midst. And I declare by the authority, O God, of heaven, that everything is going to go well without glitches. I come against whatever plan any enemy of humanity may have to thwart what is to be done here today. We declare in agreement that none of his devices will be able to materialize, but rather everything will go according to plan, and at the end, the school will be able to say, what a great day that he enabled me, us, to have today. Thank you, as we give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to you. In Jesus' name we pray, and let everyone say, amen. God bless.
Amen. Please sit. Now we acknowledged several people, including our specially invited guests. But we have somebody that is extremely important because she has given up her time and her energies to come here and speak to the graduates and to address us. And so we'd like to acknowledge our guest speaker, Miss Antonia Charles. Thank you. It is with pride at this time that we invite our Vice Principal, Mrs. Annie Greaves Marriott, to officially welcome you to today's proceedings. Mrs. Marriott?
Graduates, you may also be seated.
Colin Powell said, "Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude." Let me add here that excellence of the past can be used to propel one to achieve even greater excellence in the future. Please permit me to adopt the established protocol and say a pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, everyone. The ambience you walked into today, ladies and gentlemen, must have conveyed the unspoken words to you. It has made my task easier as I vocalize the feeling and say how pleased we are to have you here and extend a hearty welcome in pure MSS style to our 35th graduation ceremony with the theme, Excellence, Our Heritage, our future. I want to extend a hearty welcome to the esteemed members of the head table, our guest speaker, our district education officer, and of course, our devoted Madam Principal. Welcome to all of you. We appreciate your effort and we're happy to have you. We welcome the presence of Pastor Charles, who's always ever willing to help us, and our GTM representative, who's supposed to be here with us. Sometime later, I'm sure we are going to be joined by some persons who were supposed to have been with us from the onset. Our district rep have not seen him, but I am sure when he comes, he will feel welcomed and everybody else who's not here with us yet. Our specially invited guests are warmly welcome to this celebration of the many steps of our students. We treasure your assistance and relationship with our school. Our past teachers will always remain part of us. We welcome in a special way our sponsor representative and the representatives who ensured the ceremony took place today. Our students will be well rewarded because of your belief in us and your kind gesture. A friend in need is truly a friend indeed. Thank you. The Yearhead and Abled Assistant Yearhead and the homeroom sponsors deserve special welcome. I know you are tired, but if you take a look at them today, you would not think they are tired. They all look gorgeous. Welcome to all of you, team of 2024. We welcome our staff members, teaching and support staff to the ceremony today. Our teachers, support staff make it happen. We appreciate you. Parents and parent representatives, you have been waiting for this day. It is here and we are happy that you are able to join us for the celebration. Welcome. To everyone contributing to the smooth execution of this program, masters of ceremony, our sound system personnel, GVD TV, our very own student performers, welcome. To our online viewers, we say a special welcome. And saving the best till now, our guests of honor, our graduating class of 2024. It is your day. These years were not easy ones for you. However, those of you who made it to today deserve to celebrate. Welcome and ensure that you will beyond a shadow of a doubt be true to yourselves and you will epitomize excellence in all that you say and in all that you do. Congratulations for reaching thus far. And permit me to just say a few words here. As you go out, the onus is on you. Through hard work, integrity, and honesty, you will achieve. It was Louis Holmes who said, your talent determines what you do. Your motivation determines how much you are willing to do. Your attitude determines how well you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I say welcome to one, welcome to all. Your presence here means a lot to us. Do have an enjoyable afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Greaves. Students, for the past 5 years, you have relentlessly navigated life, but you have not been alone. Aside from your family, teachers, and homeroom sponsors, one person has stood by your side. Figuring out who that one person is? She has remained steadfast even under some very trying circumstances. Please help me welcome your yearhead, Mrs. Donna Louis William.
Thank you, Mrs. Modest, for this wonderful introduction. Protocol having been established. Good afternoon, everyone. Graduation ceremonies are always special moments in our lives. They are the result of years of hard work, academic or otherwise. The realization that goals have been achieved, whether planned or unplanned, and the recognition of the successes achieved, great or small. Therefore, it is only fitting that we have gathered here this afternoon at this 45th graduation ceremony to honor and celebrate the end of the 5-year secondary school journey of these teens, so beautifully and handsomely clothed in the gowns, hats, and stoles. Oh, it has been a journey. It started during the pandemic, which gripped the entire world in 2019. I can remember that these students were introduced or welcomed twice to the school body. Once with the Form 3s and 5s, and again with the Form 2s and 4s. At the third assembly, they thought they had to be in the quadrangle once again, thinking it was the norm, only to be told it was not. Alas, they were to be displaced yet again, having to return home for online learning as the pandemic dragged on. It has been a journey that started with disequilibrium, but one that has taken us to remarkable heights. We have encountered some trials and tribulations along the way. Some suffered serious illness, like me, while others lost loved ones. Some migrated, while others fell prey to gang violence. Despite this, we soldiered on and came out stronger for them. We have experienced exceptional moments, magical moments, and created memories that will be fondly remembered in the years ahead. Our gifted dancers pioneered the formation of our very first school dance troupe while juggling their academics. Great sportsmen and women emerged from our ranks, representing their houses and school with unwavering commitment. Our budding poets and musical prodigies who undoubtedly continue to make their mark beyond the walls of MSS. And how can we forget our very own Youth Minister of Tourism? What a remarkable achievement. Ella Wheeler Wilcox once said, "There is no chance, no destiny, no fate that can circumvent or hinder or control the firm resolve of a determined soul." As we look back over the 5 years, certainly there were hurdles that seemed impossible at the beginning, but thankfully, with steadfast progress, and yes, definitely, we have succeeded. We have challenged fate and are here today as testament to that resolve. Steadfast, resolute, and determined, we kept together. Day by day, we focused on our goal, keeping together and working together. The culmination, ladies and gentlemen, of our coming together, keeping together, and working together, despite the obstacles that we face along the way, is the graduating class of 2024. How proud we are of the success that they have made with the opportunities that they were offered. Congratulations. We are incredibly proud of you all. Students, listen attentively as I share some words of wisdom with you. You are about to enter the world. The walls of MSS will no longer protect you from the realities of life. Every action, good or bad, has consequences. Good actions yield good positive consequences. Bad actions yield negative consequences. We all have choices in this life. Make good choices for a successful life. There will be times when you will encounter situations and circumstances and problems that you do not know how to handle. You can't go wrong if you put your trust in God. Be God-fearing individuals. 2 Timothy chapter 2, 22 to 23 says, shun youthful passions and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those persons around you who call on the name of the Lord from a pure heart. Have nothing to do with stupid and senseless controversies. You know they breed quarrels. Now, you are ready, willing, and more than able to grasp the touch that we are passing on to you. Yours is the future, and on you the future of the world depends. Let the following words of this very great and old poem, entitled Words for Life by Max Ehrman, be your guide. Go placidly or peacefully amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. Be yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You're a child of the universe. You have a right to be here. No doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God. And whatever your labors and aspirations, keep peace in your soul. With all its broken dreams, the world is still a beautiful place. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. We wish you everything you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been an honor and privilege watching your progress and success, and as well as your growth. Thank you.
Mrs. William, I can say with earnest that you have gone above and beyond what is required of you, what has been required of you, to ensure that this graduating class received everything that they needed to help them to become capable, disciplined, and well-rounded. Even today, you've given them some very important pieces of advice that I can only hope that they will hold near to their hearts. We applaud your efforts and those of your team. So class of 2024, please give Mrs. Williams and your home sponsors a resounding round of applause. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, students. With that, we invite the principal, Mrs. Flora Emmanuel Joseph, to deliver her principal's remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Mr. Jean Gerif, Education Officer for District 5, Miss Antonia Charles, our esteemed guest speaker, other special invited guests, parents, class of 2024, class of 2024. I understand. I'll be honest with you, I was happy you all were leaving. I was happy you all are leaving. Top twaka. But guess what? When you walked up, I felt like a mother who was about to lose their children. And I had to fight tears. I don't get emotional over, but I was honestly feeling a little emotional. And I am not so happy that you are leaving anymore. So you can come back. You can come back. I would be more than happy to welcome you. But I have to check my list because some names I want to cross off very, very quickly. But on a serious note, students, be proud. Those of you who made it to today, Be proud. Turn to the person next to you and tell that person how proud you are of yourself and your achievement. They can be proud of you too. You see, the thing is, we have to learn how to applaud what is good when it happens to us. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So tell yourself how proud you are this afternoon that you made it to this day after 5 years of MSS. Students, you have achieved something remarkable. The truth is, you know that these are not the numbers that started off on the 2nd of September, 2019. But life teaches us many lessons. And one of the things, along with all of what your yearhead has said to you, please remember, life teaches us many lessons. What we sow is what we reap. And so, as you go out there, sow good seeds so that you could reap good rewards. This moment would not be possible without your teachers. Agreed? Show some form of appreciation to your teachers at this time. Okay, wonderful. Their hard work, their dedication, your hard work, your dedication, and that of your parents have brought you to this point in your life. Never forget to say thank you to those who help you along the way. The more gratitude we express, the more doors are opened for us. Always remember that. The more grateful you are, the more people will reach out and help you along the way. Tell the person next to you exactly what I said there. You see, we're getting into a world where people are becoming very ungrateful. Don't be one of those persons. Gratitude pays. The more grateful we are, the more blessings we receive. All right? And so, this morning I sat back thinking about you. And what is it that I wanted to say, what has stood out for me in that journey with you? And as your yearhead indicated, you have gone through a really, really rough journey. But it tells us that you are resilient. It tells us that you know how to bounce back. It tells us that you know how to be focused. And it tells us that if you put your mind to achieve, if you put your hand to the plow, nothing can stop you. And so, students, I remember when you came in September, innocent, quiet faces. But as you grew accustomed to the school, bon Dieu, I heard somebody say it, me twaka. So I'll never forget Diana. I will never forget Ron. I will never forget Donna, who's not there with us today. I will never forget the boys in 5-1. Remember them? We're not putting their business out. That's between us. But what I am proud to say, students, what stands out in my mind for class of 2024 is the remarkable improvement in your behavior. You're not applauding? You didn't have that? We encountered more challenges dealing with the Form 1s and the Form 2s than we did with the Form 5s. That is amazing. And you should be proud of yourselves. Your teachers are proud of you. Yes, we wanted other things from you, but there was a remarkable turnaround in your behavior. And I know when Mrs. Williams opened her eyes, it made a difference. I know that. So, I'm proud of that. In a world where it's becoming so chaotic, it is really, really an honor to say that class of 2024 turned around. The behaviors improved. And the boys in particular, most of you were determined to graduate. Again, applaud yourself for that. And of course, I have to continue to talk about what stood out again. Parents, our school has many challenges. But we continue to plow. We continue to work through the challenges and do the best that we can. Yes, I admit that there are times when we could have done better, but we continue to try, even when teachers were discouraged and demoralized. And so through all the challenges of 2019-2020, alternate days, the children went through a lot. Last year, we recorded 100% pass in music, technical drawing, physical education, and physical education was the only subject where the boys actually challenged the girls. They did better in some areas than the girls. Visual arts, somebody said, obviously. Look at the numbers. And boys, you need to step up. It's real. You need to step up and take charge of the society. It belongs to you as the leader and the women we follow. Let's continue. That's for another debate. Yes, so we recorded 100% pass in visual arts, physical education, music, technical drawing, as I indicated. And of course, we recorded above 70% average in, or pass rate in many of the other subjects, especially EDPM, agriculture, office administration, and the technical vocational subjects that our students and our school seems to be doing a lot better in. There were areas where we fell short, and we will continue to try and figure out what it is that we can do to improve the performance in mathematics and the sciences that seem to be a big challenge, not only for the students at Micoud Secondary, but the students across the region. The performance that did not reflect 100% pass in no way reflect the efforts that the teachers put into their classes. Parents, I want to invite you to come to school with your children so you could understand the challenges that the teachers face in this era of raising and teaching children. But the teachers continue to try. Despite the lack of commitment to studies by students, and of course the lack of support from many parents. Notwithstanding our challenges, we remain resolute in our determination to offer our students as much exposure as possible. Hence the reason, or hence the continuation of our 29 subjects at Micoud Secondary School. So the children are exposed to 29 subjects, and we do 26 of those, we offer them at CXE level. Every child has a strong point. Every year group has a strong point. And so this year, we recognize that our students were able to excel in the non-academic areas. And so, they went out there and made their mark in the sporting arena. Our students did extremely well, winning the under 15 netball championship against Soufrière Comprehensive. But we lost the football finals, the under 15 football finals to Soufrière Comprehensive. Now there is no loss in our vocabulary. We came first after the winner. That's it. The students continue to excel at Island Champs. And so the names of some of our students will remain in the history books of sports in St. Lucia. In the field of cricket, the school is proud of the efforts of one of your very own, Sefreno. He has been doing very well in cricket, and I hope he will continue to remain focused and do well. While we were not totally prepared for basketball, because of course the students were just learning the sport, guess what? Mr. Gabriel and his team took up the challenge and enrolled our students in basketball. It didn't matter that they were beaten many times. What mattered is that they were willing to try. And of course, with the exposure, we expect that they will get better and eventually emerge champions. In volleyball, of course, we are proud of the efforts of our boys, and we recognize that with continued training, they will excel in the sporting arena. And so put your hands together as we give a resounding applause of appreciation to the teachers of the sports department as well as the other teachers who continue to push the students in the field of sports. The school continued to excel. But before I continue, kindly permit me to acknowledge the persons who came on board, because we know that when you acknowledge, you get more. We want to acknowledge the efforts of our parliamentary representative, the Honorable Jeremiah Norbert. Over the last year, Mr. Norbert has been very, very generous, and I notice he just arrived. Thank you, Mr. Norbert, for your contribution to sports at Micoud Secondary. Our former principal, Mr. Gideon Ferdinand, has injected some funds into volleyball, and so he's going to be collecting his returns at the next round of championship. So, Mr. Richard, get ready, please. We have a former student that we must acknowledge, Mr. Adrian Fannis. Mr. Adrian Fannis has come on board for our school, and the latest contribution from him had the sports department smiling. He has vowed to assist Micoud Secondary in realizing the many dreams of our students and our teachers in ensuring that this school becomes a school of choice and a school where our students leave with some sort of skill and make themselves marketable. We continue to receive support from GTM, and of course, we are extremely grateful for their unwavering support. We had the likes of Zephrinus Noke Joseph, Mary Deska, the St. Lucia Volleyball Association, Delroy Alexander, Mr. Mangal of Island Electricals, Miss Cynthia De Roses, Mr. Timothy Lubin Machi, Miss Marva Grace Felix, Mr. Chitoli, Mr. Emmanuel, and Mervyn Belas. All of those persons came on board to ensure that our students were well cladded. So they provided uniforms, they provided track shoes, they provided balls, they provided cones, they provided all of the things that the school desperately needed. And of course, we will realize an improvement with better facilities. Give all our donors a round of applause. Thank you. Parents and students, passion propels action. When you are passionate, you are driven to action. When you are moved to action, you create history. You leave your mark. And so, our expressive art department, I say expressive art because we're looking at music, dance, theater, calypso, everything coming in there. This department, along with all the other teachers who came on board to assist, made the school extremely proud. And so we want to acknowledge the efforts of our dance academy. And some of our students in Form 5 were part of the academy. Please stand, take your bow, because you put Micoud Secondary on the national map. All right? Thank you. And we have to acknowledge Nickel. He was the only boy among the girls. But when he came out, oh my goodness, you understand what I mean? Yes. Don't stop, Nickel. Girls, do not stop. Find something positive to continue doing. And I'm certain that Miss Days will welcome you at the school as we continue to do positive things and make our country proud. Our music students were on the international stage. How did they get there? They performed at the Junior Jazz Festival, jamming the crowd away with their musical renditions and, of course, their band. Let's put our hands together for the music department, Miss Chan Lucien, Mr. Lynch, along with the other teachers who assisted the students. And of course, that wasn't the end. They moved to four-door jazz. Hey, you're not clapping. Yes, our students performed at four-door jazz as part of the national events. And of course, that's an achievement. Then, of course, school is in sync. We go in sync with what's happening in the society. So this is Calypso season. And guess what? We made it. Now they said we came up as the first, we got the first runner-up. But that's for another show. Put our hands together as we applaud the efforts of Ivani, Francis, Pastor Albert, and the team of teachers who worked with him. Put your hands together for them. And of course, we want to acknowledge Mr. Sheriff, who wrote the song for Ivani. And of course, these days, Ivani is celebrity. So when we use our gifts and talents positively, students, we find ourselves being asked to perform on the big stage. Students, find that thing that you are very good at and use it to enhance yourself. Everybody is gifted with some sort of gift or talent. Find it and use it to grow into somebody who's going to leave your mark in the pages of history for St. Lucia. Students, I promised I would not be long. So, as you leave the walls of MSS, students, let me just say to you, the world out there is very harsh. But you can be that sport that loves. You can be that sport that inspires. You can be that person that chooses to make something great of themselves. As you leave this place, build friendships. Look back and bring those who are behind you along with you. In the right direction, of course. Seek assistance when you need it. Ask for help. There are many people who are willing to help, but some will never help unless you ask. Create the future that you want for yourself. Create that future that you will be proud of and your children will be proud of. But you're not making children, right? No children? No children? Oh, you want 50? All right, make sure you can take care of them. Follow your passion, students. Be respectful. Show gratitude. Love yourself. Love your parents. And go out there and be great. Thank you very much.
Special thanks to our principal, Mrs. Flora Emmanuel Joseph, for her words of encouragement and for giving the graduates some motherly advice as she loses her Form 5 babies. I have a short announcement. Toyota Aqua PQ7260, you need to remove your vehicle from the entrance of the health center. The blue Toyota Aqua PQ7260, please remove your vehicle from the entrance of the health center. We will now be blessed and favored with special music by Miss Luan Louis.
fall down, I just stare out my window, try hard to preach out far away. Try hard to reach out, felt like no one could hear me, wanting to belong here, but something felt so wrong here. So I pray I could break away. I spread my wings and I learned how to fly. I do what it takes till I touch the sky. Make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the ones that I love. Take a wish, take a chance, take a change, and break away. Da 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 da. I wanna feel the warm breeze, sit under the palm trees, feel the rush of the ocean. Travel on a fast train, travel on a jet plane far away and break away. I spread my wings and I learned how to fly. I do what it takes till I touch the sky. Make a wish, take a chance, take a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the ones that I love. Make a wish, take a chance, take a change, and break away. Buildings with a hundred floors, turn around and every roars. Baby, I don't know where they take me, 'cause gotta keep moving on, moving on. Fly away, break away. I spread my wings and I learned how to fly. Though it's not easy to tell you goodbye, 'cause take a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the place I come from. I gotta take a risk, take a chance, take a change, and break away. Break away. Break away.
What you have to do is make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. When you get the opportunities, do not shy away. Thank you very much, Miss Louis. You can do a little better than that. Thank you very much, Miss Louis. All right. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of our parliamentary representative for Micoud North and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for Home Affairs, Crime Prevention and Persons with Disabilities, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert. Thank you, sir, for... And with that, we're moving swiftly along. We'd like to invite the Education Officer for this district, District 5, Mr. Jean Jarif, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you, Miss. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to everyone here. Of course, I acknowledge the presence of the District Representative for Micoud North, the Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, the principal of the Micoud Secondary School, Mrs. Joseph, the vice principal, Mrs. Marriott, our guest speaker, Miss Antonia Charles, and I did say to her, I've known her for a long time, I need to stop saying Charles. Need to see some other surname soon. Of course, our hardworking teachers at Micoud Secondary School, and I must say, the year heads and the homeroom sponsors for the Form 5 look so beautiful and handsome. Put your hands together for your homeroom sponsors. I could not help but notice the men in the green jacket. Sharp. You see Mr. Henry in his suit, and you see Mr. Rodney and Mr. Maffrey, and of course our ladies, you look great. All our teachers as well. I want to say a pleasant good afternoon to our parents, our sponsors, and all those who've made the effort to be here. But most importantly, I want to say a pleasant good afternoon to our graduating class of 2024. Yes, put your hands together for yourself. You know, it's always a pleasure standing here at Micoud Secondary School to address you students and to say to you that you are chosen of God and that you have a bright future ahead. Now, I have a lot I can say, but after I heard from your year head, and I know we have a guest speaker and your principal, I know a lot of what I have on my paper may be repeated, and so I will be short. But I got a little quotation, and it says, take pride in how far you have come, and have faith in how far you can go. I want to say that again. Take pride in how far you have come, and have faith in how far you can go. Now, your theme ties nicely in that, because you have a future ahead of you. You heard earlier about all the struggles, all the challenges, all the obstacles you had to go through, especially during COVID. So you have come a long way. But this is just the beginning of your journey in life. Have faith in how far you can go. Because there are great things ahead for you. But you cannot sit back and expect it to just happen just so. You have to go out there and make it happen. And so it calls for a level of responsibility and accountability. It calls for a change to happen within you. This desire to want to excel. This desire to want to do well. Of course, it calls for a renewed mindset. A change in your thinking. If your minds were clogged with negativity, you now have to say to yourself, I need to reconstruct my thinking and think positively ahead because there are great things ahead for me. I want to say to you, embrace change, embrace growth. And I want to say to you, students, God's plan for you is for a bright future. Live in God's plan, operate in His will. And by that I want to say, in all you do, put God first. Always seek Him. Learn to say no to the ills of society. Learn to say no to all the things that are evil and all the things that will distract you. And the only way you can do so and get the strength and the comfort to do so is to have God at the forefront of all you do. I want to say to you to stay away from trouble. I want to repeat that one. Stay away from trouble. Trouble has become maybe the norm of society these days. And we see all the things that are happening. If our St. Lucia is to be a better place, if our St. Lucia is to be a safe place for you, you are the ones, together with all the hundreds of other students graduating across St. Lucia for the next days and so, to shape St. Lucia into the right way. You are the ones to create that change and make the future safe for you and the children you're going to produce. Just imagine if you do bad, or you are the ones to create all the trouble now, where will you leave your children? Or your little siblings? Or your sisters, or your brother's children? Where will you leave them? In a corrupt society? The change must start with you. You must make that difference, and you can do it. And so I want to say to you, don't live a life fulfilling the expectation of others, which may be negative, but shape a future for you that will benefit you and St. Lucia. And so I want to say to the parents, continue to play your part. Continue to embrace your child or the children. Continue to provide the support that they need as they journey along life's pathway. The road may be difficult. Things are getting harder. But I know with God and with your help and the support that you'll provide, they can achieve it. George Hines says, set out each day believing in your dreams. Know without a doubt that you were made for great things. Every single day, go out to achieve the dream that you have. If you don't have a dream, start to have one today and work along that dream to ensure that whatever you are desirous of becoming, that you will become that person. And he says, set out each day believing in your dreams. Know without a doubt that you are able or you were made for great things. Micoud Secondary School, I congratulate you. I want to wish you all the best. And I want to say to you, God has designed you for great things. Go out there and achieve that great things. May God bless you. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sheriff. Always some sobering words from your district education officer. So students, I hope you've been listening. I hope you realize that irrespective of who comes up here, the message is similar. When you get an opportunity, take it. And everything that you do, do it well. Okay? All right. I would like to mention some people without whom we really would not have been here today. So if you would bear with me. Guyana and Trinidad Mutual Insurance and Company Limited, RS Surveying and Construction Services, Inc., Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, Honorable Sean Edward, Honorable Alan Chasney, Senator Gibeon Ferdinand, GVDTV, Mrs. Ania Modest, Mr. Andre Rodney, Mr. Kanai Furnace, Miss Cindy Maffre, Mrs. Dana Shalmine Sami, Mr. Donald Albert, Mrs. Ermine De Roses, Miss Gianetti George, Mrs. Gail Isaac, Miss Judy Harlow. Give them a round of applause. And at this time, I would like to invite Mr. Anton Richard, who's going to help us with the presentation of the school leaving certificates. Audience, I would like you to please wait until every student has received their certificate, and then we will do the one huge resounding round of applause. Are we good? Fantastic. Mr. Richard. And the year head for the class of 2024, Mrs. William will present the certificates.
Nature Emmanuel. Kayla Poleon. Kimora Constantine, Shamina Augustine, Amelia Edwin, Kayla McGlaw, Lindell Doxor, Jody Tutuyut, Jonilia Robest, Nickel Lewis, Shalri Saltibus, KL Alexander, Diego Fauché, Kadej Johnny, Chris Emil, Tej Pascal, Zitas Lino, Turquan Emmanuel, Ron Polius, Jolie Saltibus, Rihanna Mata, Michael DeRose, Kayla Winter, Kalisa Anibafa, Vencia Charles, Diana Descat, Novaya Elia, Bonita Prescott, Jana Galton, Nathan Fitz, Kevin Bika, Enver Jean-Baptiste, Nev Samuel, Demetrius Newton, Seth Reno, Ronald Wilfred, Michael Joseph, Michael Xavier, Ryan Butcher, Jerizan James, Rian Louis, Dana Emil, Brianna Joseph, and Becky Granderson, Andrew Clark, Tommy Richard, Clarissa William, Faith Jean-Marie, Damian Maliassi, Colonel Ariste, Tevez William, Chama Francis, Jesse Wilson, Phil Abbott, Kerry Augustine, Jamila Jackman, Noelita Lawrence, Diana Frederick, Michelle Garnett, Faith Toussaint, Shania Prosper, Chrissy Emil, Shazia Maslin, Nevlin Polius, Kelly Emmanuel, Shanik Baptist, Rian Joseph, Jamila William, Brianna Albert, Serena Brittany, Barbara Seraphine, I would like all graduates to stand. And I would like everyone to give them a round of applause, please.
So everybody standing here right now is a graduate of the Micoud Secondary School. Let's give them a resounding round of applause. Congratulations, class of 2024. And now you may sit. Today we are here to celebrate you. And as such, we would like to invite Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, the parliamentary representative, to give you some brief remarks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, mistress of ceremonies. I think I picked up on the word brief, and there was a pause before the remarks, so I will try my best to keep it brief. But let me acknowledge the presence of the DO, Mr. Jajerif, the principal, Ms. Flora Emmanuel Joseph, our esteemed guest speaker, teachers, staff, and students. Special good afternoon to you all. I will ensure parents, very importantly, I must say good afternoon. I will ensure that I'm brief. Today is a very special day for you graduates. Today, you prepare to leave the walls of the Micoud Secondary School, and you get ready to embark on a new journey. I'm just going to give you a few words of advice. To the young ladies, the young men, you have made it through Form 1 to Form 5. I'm sure that some students did not make it through the entire 5 years, but you have made it, and for that, you should be very proud of yourself. However, the journey has only just begun. The work has only just begun. Today you celebrate. Today is your day to be excited, to go out, have fun. I see everybody looking lovely. The girls every girl here has long hair today, face well done. I saw nails sparkling. And I must commend, I do not know who is the decor person, but if there is something that caught my eye, so to you, Miss Leo, I say congratulations, job well done. And every piece of detail, everything so perfectly arranged, so nice. And then I said, boy, you all must be break the bank. But then I heard the list of sponsors. And the list was as long as that walk from here to the end, so I understand where the funds came from. But congratulations, I think you all did a wonderful job. The setup is beautiful, and you deserve, and that is nothing short of what Micoud Secondary deserves. Last year it was good. This year it's even better. Hopefully next year it might be even better, although I do not know how you top this, but it's a wonderful job. But back to you students, especially the young men. I was just telling Ms. Joseph and Mr. Jajerif when I sat there a while ago, I did not have the privilege of graduating in Form 5. I did not have the privilege to walk and listen to that nice music and take that walk of glory, that proud walk, and go back to my seat. My mother did not get the opportunity to come here and take a picture for me when I attended secondary school, but you have been blessed with that privilege. And it is something that you must be very grateful for. The reason you are here is because your parents would have invested in you. And I want you to understand that this is a serious investment. Some of us believe our parents owe us. And sometimes we give our parents all kinds of problems. We make them walk and talk. Principal have to call your mother and father in the school for you all the time, and it's okay. But now that you're leaving and you're going, the time will come when you'll no longer be able to give your mother that type of stress. You'll no longer be able to say that you want $20 for you to go to school. You're about to approach that journey called reality. You have to start waking up at 6 a.m. for you to go to work. And those of you who thought that school was taking too long to be over at 2:30, you have to start getting ready to work until 4:30 and 6 o'clock. And these are the realities of life. And this is what the teachers, the principal, your parents have been trying to instill in you to ensure that you have a smooth transition when you leave the walls of Micoud Secondary School. Those of you who are going to go on to further your education, it's not going to be a walk in the park. If you thought Micoud Secondary School was hard, and you thought the teachers they were hard, wait for university when you have nobody to guide you, nobody to be on your shoulder to tell you, Kayla, go and do your work. So when you don't have that type of support again, and you have to go out into this world by yourself, it's going to become more difficult. So my advice to you is everything that has been instilled here, everything that the teachers tried, and I know those of you, even if you play like you did not learn, all of you all know what the teachers were trying to teach you all, what your parents were trying to teach you all. So I encourage you to go out there, go into the world, and go and be great. Mr. Jajeri said it to you all. And if you have to dream and aspire, do not dream without boundaries. And there's a saying that if your dreams don't scare you, you need to go back and dream again. Your dreams have to be big. Do not allow anything to be able to be a boundary or a hurdle for you. This world is limitless. There are opportunities that you can never think of that exist there, that are waiting for you. And you need to go out there, grasp it, and make the most of it. Go and make Micoud Secondary proud. Go and make your parents proud. But most importantly, go and make yourselves proud. If there is one thing I can tell you from my own experience, is that whatever you're going to go out there and do, it is not for your mother, it is not for your father, it is not for Miss Joseph or for any other teacher, but for yourself. So, if you want an easy life, you need to put in the hard work now. And those of you who would not put in the hard work now, I can guarantee you, if you want to have light work, you'll have a hard life. And that's just how it is. So I encourage you to go out there and continue making yourself proud. Parents, I continue to encourage you to be pillars of support for these young individuals, especially in the time that we're living. Do not give up on your children. Do not allow people to make you belittle your children. You are the reason that they are here today. You are the reason that we are celebrating them today. And you should be your child's greatest cheerleader. And if there's one thing I'm grateful for, is that my mother was there with me every single step of the way. And she always made me believe, even when I did not believe in myself, she made me believe that here's what you can do it. You have it in you. And parents, that is your responsibility. And I can tell you it remains with your children forever. Because up to a day like today, the words of my mother are still etched in my mind. So you have a responsibility to be that pillar of support for your child. Ensure that when they need somebody to listen to them, sometimes they may be a little troublesome, and that's okay. No tutte miseram. All of us had our moments when we were troublesome, but we have a responsibility to provide that support for these young children who are ready to go out there and take on the world. So with that, I want to say thank you. I hope I did not overstay my brief remarks, miss. So I want to say thank you very much, children, and congratulations.
We would like to thank our parliamentary representative, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, for his kind words. And I hope that you took away from it that after MSS, you're going into reality and you have to make something of yourself. And remember our theme for today, our heritage, our future. It's your heritage, it's your future, and I hope you make a successful one even after you've left MSS. We will now pause and we will take some time to highlight some of our sponsors for today's graduation. Mr. Kershik Charles, Miss Loretta Acti, Mrs. Leonis Fassois, Mrs. Morella Chedi Raymond, Mrs. Natasha Clovis, Mrs. Nifreti Ferdinand, Mr. Noelis Promise, Dr. Sandra Evans, Mrs. Sandra John, Miss Sasha Xavier, Miss Shira Charles, Miss Sherlyn Regis, Mr. Sherman James, Mr. Trevor Prince of Lara's Construction, and Mrs. Veronica Vitalis. We thank you for your contribution to today's graduation service. With that said, we would like to highlight our sponsor for our upcoming awards. We are now moving into our Discipline Awards. This award, or these awards, were sponsored by GTM, Guyana and Trinidad Mutual Insurance Company Limited. Do we have any representative from GTM present here today? We will call on Miss Christian Evans, one of our homeroom sponsors for Form 5, as well as our Deans of Discipline, to assist us in the distribution of the Discipline Awards. Miss Christine Evans and our Deans of Discipline. We have on stage our female Dean of Discipline, Miss Stanislas, who works really hard with our students to maintain order within the walls of MSS. The first recipient of our Discipline Award is Jonelia Robest. Our second recipient is Nature Emmanuel. Our third recipient is Shamina Augustine. Our fourth recipient is Diego Fauché. Our fifth recipient is Kellan Ferdinand. He is absent. Our sixth recipient is KL Alexander. Our seventh recipient is Julie Saltibus. Our eighth recipient is Mbike Granderson. Mbike Granderson. Mbeke Granderson, Miss Granderson, our next recipient is Ayana Galto. Iana. Kevin Beaker. Ronald Wilfred. Nev Samuel. Janila Jackman. Noelita Lawrence. Clarissa William. Shania Prosper. Shania Prosper. Faith Jamari. Tarina Brittany. Shanique Baptiste. Chrissy Emil. Rianne Joseph. Shazia Masle. Nevlin Polius, Jesse Wilson, Brianna Aubert, Andriana Martel, in a society plagued with violence, let's give those students who received the discipline awards a round of applause. We commend your discipline and your efforts to stay focused during your journey here at MSS.
And now, the principal spoke to you about how we have become a school of the arts. And so we would like you to sit back and relax as we invite our dance club, the Micoud Secondary Dance Club, to perform for your enjoyment.
Let go big shorty.
They say the sun and a shine for all. But the young some people world, yet never shine at all. fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song, my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own, but we ain't never left alone. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go? Teach them something before they lose the song. Oh no, 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 freedom is the road. Oh no, 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 coming in from the cold. Tell them the solid is worth more than gold. And guiltiness will catch them in the end. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They'll try to manipulate you.
Another round of applause for the Micoud Secondary School Dance Club and our dance extraordinary, our dance teacher, Miss Days. At this moment, Miss Days, you are needed on the stage. We recognize that one of the pivotal moments or the students who made a great contribution to MSDC are now leaving us. And we do not think it's fair that they leave without recognizing their contribution to MSDC. So at this point, I will call on Ms. Days, who will be making a presentation to the Form 5 Dance Academy members. Round of applause for Ms. Days and her hard work and her contribution to MSS. Ayana Galton, Iyana Galton, Tammy Richard, Andrea Clark, go on. And you can tell how much the students appreciate and love the arts, that they are emotional. We appreciate their contribution. Carrie Augustine, Miss Augustine, Faith Markey. She isn't present. Nature Emmanuel. Bonita Prescott. And our one and only Nickel Louis. We want to thank all of these individuals for their hard work, dedication. Even with CXC, they made the time for dance rehearsals and to be part of all of the productions. This is not the end of your dance journey, and you're always welcome back to assist Miss Dees.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for all of that emotion and flair. And we would like to invite Mrs. Kashana Defage, who will introduce our guest speaker. We are moving swiftly along.
Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to adopt the protocol previously established and bid you a pleasant afternoon. Good afternoon. Miss Antonia Charles is an accomplished teacher, entrepreneur, actor, songwriter, singer, and youth director. She has been an educator for 18 years and holds a bachelor's degree in literacy. Ms. Charles currently serves as the National Youth Director for the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies, St. Lucia District, a role that she assumed from 2018. Ms. Charles has a wealth of experience working with children and youth and has been impactful in helping young people become strong, God-fearing individuals who overcome challenges and achieve their goals. Her caring and selfless nature has led to the creation of strong bonds with the children and young people who are fortunate enough to interact with her. Ms. Charles is committed to her responsibilities as educator and youth director. However, she is quite talented in other areas and demonstrates an extraordinary level of creativity. She has written and composed songs currently being sung at her local church. She starred in the local film produced by Matthew Emmanuel, Shanty's World, that has received international recognition. She enjoys drama and has successfully engaged the youth in outstanding productions at church. She started a small business during the COVID-19 pandemic known as Teresa's Tasties, where one can find the most delicious cheesecake, chocolate cakes, fruit tarts, etc. Her business continues to thrive today, making her a successful entrepreneur. Nonetheless, she dedicates most of her time and resources towards educating and changing the lives of young people in school, church, and the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker for the year 2024, Miss Antonia Charles.
A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to leave my seat so I could feel a little closer to you guys. You look so wonderful this afternoon. Can you give yourselves a round of applause? Allow me to adopt the protocol that has been established. I want to also give a very special mention to the parents seated towards the back. Can you give your parents a round of applause? All the aunties, the nenens, the cousins, the powers, thank you for your contribution. We've heard a lot this afternoon, so I'm going to be cutting a lot of what I had planned to say. But our theme is, the key word is excellence. And excellence is more than just A+ on a report card. It's more than just the accolades and the awards that we see here today. I'm almost sure that everyone sitting here has shown excellence in some way or another during the 5 years. But what does the greatest book ever written have to say about life and excellence? I'll be reading 2 verses from Matthew chapter 7, from verse 13 and 14. It says, "Enter by the narrow gate. For the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction. And those who enter by it are many. But the gate is narrow and the way is hard." Somebody say hard. The way is hard that leads to life. And few are those who find it. I dare say that all of you sitting under these 2 tents are part of the few who have found that narrow way. Congratulations. So from this, I pulled out a sub-theme, and I need you to help me speak to you this afternoon. It's the gates to excellence. Somebody say the gates to excellence. Parents, you hearing me at the back? All right, let me hear you say the gates to excellence. And can you just hold up your left hand for me? Everybody, hold up your hand, hold up your hand. You know, take a good look at your fingers, look at your hand. How many fingers you have on your left hand? Everybody has 5? Okay, some people have 6. Okay, you're special, that's great. But 5. All right, so we're going to help me spell the word gates, right? And we'll start with our thumb. So let's go. So remember that, okay? Pardon me, I'm a grade 1 teacher, so I love to hear you repeat. I love to hear you, interact. Okay, so G-A-T-E-S. The gates to excellence. Let's look at the first letter of gates. G. What finger represents the G again? Your thumb. Okay, you're paying attention. That's good. That's good. I'll have to give some cheesecakes as prizes, man. All right, your thumb. Your thumb is actually your strongest finger on your hand. Did you know that? Yes. All of the movements that you do with your hand are made possible by your thumb. So it can swivel, it can pivot, it can rotate, it helps you to grasp. Your thumb is the strongest finger on your hand. Likewise, on the gates to excellence, our thumb reminds us that we need to be full of grit and to be grounded. To have grit means to have strength of character. To be grounded means to not be easily moved or swayed. Come hell or high water, you will continue to stand. You won't be displaced. And I've heard my father tell this story many times about his experience during Hurricane Allen. He was in this tiny wooden house, and he said his roof was one of the first ones to go. So he didn't want to stay in the house area, so he went into the balcony, and he was in this little corner, curled up. And that was like one of the longest nights of his life. But what caught his attention were the coconut trees that he saw swaying all the way down, and they were touching the ground on one end, going back on the other end, touching the ground. They swayed with the strong, turbulent winds of the storm. But guess what? They never broke. On the gates to excellence, G reminds us that we need to be strong, we need to be grounded and full of grit. Next finger, let's go, we're going fast. A. Oh, you're paying attention. What's this finger? What do you use this finger for? To point. Ah, you're with me. I love that. But before we go to this finger, I just want to mention two students. I asked about you, eh? Yes, I did. Two students who have showed that they have grit and who have remained grounded through this time. We have Shazia Masley of 5'5", who is well-disciplined, hard worker, and focused. She has maintained pride and dedication in her studies from Form 1 to Form 5. Shazia, give me a little wave, Shazia. Woo! All right. And what about Chrissy Emil of 5'5" as well? Chrissy, give me a wave, Chrissy. All right, they're sitting next to each other. She has maintained exceptional discipline and work ethic throughout the years, despite experiencing great loss. Chrissy, you have remained grounded like that coconut tree. Keep it up, my girl. So all right, so our mommy's in the house. So our index finger, our pointing finger, on the gates of excellence, A, it reminds us that we need to aim at something. You cannot just allow life to happen for you or to you. No, you need to aim. You need to fix your eyes hard and long on the target and aim. Don't allow it to just happen to you. Put in the work. A square hit on your target comes from practice and hard work. This reminds me of a student that I heard about, and I pray I pronounce your name properly. Becky Granderson of 5'3", who is pleasant, disciplined, and hardworking. Yes, put your hands together for her. She has been consistent from the first form, and she's also willing to put in the effort in sports and academics. Becky, give me a wave, Becky. All right. I know of another student who also fits the model of aiming at something. Janilla Jackman of 5'4" has consistently been one of the top performers in her class from Form 3. She's not afraid to take initiatives and is already the proprietress of a small business called Nailed by JJ. Is that true? Okay, you go, girl. You're aiming at something. So, we've done the G. What was G again? You have to be? Boys, you can't let the girls just meet you like that. No, give me your good, gruff, loud, strong voice, boys. What's the G? Grounded. That's it, my boy. That's it. We have to be grounded and have grit. Our index finger reminds us that we have to aim at something. Next one, next finger. What do you notice about this finger if you put your hand up? That's right. No, you're right. It's the longest and tallest finger on your hand. Be confident in your answers, my boy. You're right on target. On the gates, in going through the gates to excellence, we must, with every fiber in our being, and with every obstacle thrown at us, because guess what? It will be thrown. We need to stand tall. Stand tall in confidence. Stand tall in character. Even if everybody is doing it, if you know within yourself that it's not right, don't do it. Stand tall in character. Stand tall in emotional strength. And that does not mean by any way that you're not supposed to cry. Because I'm a crybaby. I cry a lot. That does not mean that you cannot cry. But be emotionally strong. Stand tall in pride. Stand tall in strength. Stand tall, but the other T, please, remain teachable. To be teachable is to still be open to learn, to be led, and to grow. And that is very important. There is something to learn from everyone. Sometimes you learn about something that you should do, and sometimes we learn vicariously through other people's experiences what we should not do. Stand tall, but be teachable. It would be remiss of me not to mention Shania Prosper of 5'4", who since Form 3 has shown remarkable improvement in academic performance and work ethic. She's a self-disciplined and self-motivated individual who has stood tall and remained teachable. Can you give me a wave, Michael? That's right. And in 5'1", we have Nature Emmanuel, who has also showed exceptional improvement in behavior from Form 1. She has blossomed into a studious young lady and also a valuable member of MSDC. Keep on standing tall and remain teachable. Next finger. Let's go over what we have here. Too soon. G reminds us that we need to be and have. A reminds us that we should. T reminds us that we should be stand tall but remain teachable. Very good. Next letter. Girls, when you look at this finger, what comes to your mind? Be honest. Let's be honest. My pretty girls over here. What that finger? What was it? Okay, I see you blushing. This finger is known as our ring finger. And girls, when we do our nails, we even ask the technician to put a little extra bling, on that finger. Am I right? Okay. So we have expectations. On the gates to excellence, this finger will remind us that we must have extraordinary expectations for ourselves. Extraordinary, out of this world expectations for ourselves. Dream big and make sure it's so big that you sound crazy when you say it. It's okay to say you're going to be a millionaire, or the next prime minister. That's fine. It's okay to say, I will be the young man who is going to change the trajectory in my community. That's going to be me. Have extraordinary expectations for yourself. It was Ellen Johnson, a Liberian politician, who said, and our parliamentary rep spoke of it. She said, if your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough. Have extraordinary expectations for yourself. And with this, I want to mention two students, I think, who do have extraordinary expectations for themselves. Shamina Augustine of 5'1" has been a disciplined and dedicated student and is always willing to give her best in both academics and sports. Can you give me a wave, Shamina? All right. And Kevin Bika, I have a special place in my heart for my young boys. Kevin Bika, where's Kevin Bika? All right. An exceptionally young man, I understood. And he's one of the most disciplined and well-respected young men at MSS who takes pride in getting his work done well. I am certain that he has extraordinary expectations for himself. Last finger. What's this finger called? You know anything about this finger? You think it's as strong as the thumb? Nah. So your pinky, which is our S, our final one, and I'm going to exit. I think I've spoken for too long. Our pinky finger is our weakest finger on our hand. And being weak reminds us that we need support. A good support system will act as fuel when our tanks are on E. I don't want to lie to you and say that the journey from here will be only uphill. Not true. It sure hasn't been only uphill for me after I graduated from secondary school or anybody sitting in the audience. But I will tell you that when those unfavorable times come, having the right people in your corner will be of great help. They will remind you to be grounded and have grit. Your support system will remind you to aim at something. A good support system will remind you to stand tall but be teachable. And a good support system will remind you to have extraordinary expectations for yourself. So our weakest link, the pinky, it reminds us of the importance of support. And Miss Descartes, Diana or Dina? Diana Descartes of 5'2", who's a hard worker with a pleasant disposition. She can always be counted on to offer assistance in any way. And she's a wonderful display of support. Miss Descartes, are you here? Thank you for being great support, Miss Descartes. And Nevaeh Alien of 5'2" as well has shown dedication to her studies over the years. And she was the go-to person every time her homeroom sponsors needed a task completed. Talk about support. Miss Alien, give us a wave. Thank you for being that excellent support. But I'll be honest with you, I won't sleep soundly tonight if I don't speak the truth. Guess what? There are times, and it happens sometimes when it's needed the most. Because human beings are prone to err, sometimes you go to your support and they're not available at the moment. By no fault of theirs, because we're all human. But I want to tell you of this one person who is a whole system by himself. He has said to us in his word that he will never leave us and he will never forsake us. I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about Jesus. So when you're going through your weak moments along the gates of excellence, and when your human support has failed, there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. And I'm not telling you something that I've just read, I'm telling you something that I've experienced. So let's recap. Our hand reminds us that as we go through excellence, we need to be grounded and have grit. We need to aim at something. We need to stand tall but remain teachable. We need to have extraordinary expectations for ourselves, and we need a support system. So you're walking out of the school's gates today for what will be your last time as a student of the Micoud Secondary School. But remember these gates. and allow them to keep you for the rest of your life. I thank you sincerely for this opportunity.
We want to thank Miss Antonia Charles, our guest speaker today, for her wonderful presentation. And I hope that as you leave here and you go through life, you remember about gates. G means to be. A means to aim high or at anything achievable. T means to be tall and teachable. E means you need to have extraordinary expectations of yourself. And S, you need to have a positive support system at that. And to add to Miss Charles' presentation and to let us know that we need to continue to walk through the gates, we're going to have a special rendition by our very own MSS celebrity, our junior Calypsonian, Pastor Albert, Mr. Ivani Francis. Oh, before I call on Pastor Albert. He's still getting some anointing from the Lord. I would like to call on Mr. Zetas Lino to give a special token of appreciation to our presenter, Miss Antonia Charles. Thanks again, Ms. Charles. And without further ado, Pastor Albert.
Helen, repent. Kaiso, during the Lenten season, I went into deep prayer, 'cause the voice of God I really wanted to hear. 'Cause it concerns me, what's happening to my country. So I pray for Parliament and those in government. I pray for the young people to stay away from trouble. I pray for the school children, policemen and firemen. I pray for the school teachers, parents, lawyers and doctors. Then I realized something, that somebody's missing. So it came to my senses about Helen's bad choices. If she must make progress and lay up all her stress, maybe she should start fasting for forgiveness of her sins. You know, children killing and stealing, but the badness used to wane. Helen, get on your knees and pray. Your sons are just from donors, not giving us sent to raise sons and daughters. Helen, get on your knees and pray. Your children touching their own daughter, but you're allowing them to take watchman. Helen, get on your knees and pray. So if success you must realize and call down her paradise. Helen, repent and be baptized. So if success you must realize and call down her paradise. Helen, repent and be baptized. Guys up! Where about you? Helen, I know that your children are putting tears in your eyes. At night you're not sleeping, only staying up there and cry. I can tell that you're hurting, but you ain't saying nothing. I can see you losing weight, your beauty and your shape. Each day is a shooting, your children each other killing. Your crime rate has gone so high, people cry why, your streets are no longer safe, you're no longer a safe place. But there is redemption from the Almighty One for all your wrongdoings. He can do some cleansing if you do not turn around and put your children straight. You're heading for destruction on your way to a falling state. Your children on the stage are preaching, but if the church members they're sleeping, Helen, get on your knees and pray. He's supposed to be an example, but you cannot put down the bottle. Helen, get on your knees and pray. Your children touching their own daughter, but you're allowing them to take washma. Helen, get on your knees and pray. So if success you must realize and call down her paradise. Helen, repent and be baptized. So if success you must realize and call down her paradise. Helen, repent and be baptized. You like it? Guys, where about you? I see double standards, you and your own children. When they have position, when you wrong you see no problem. But I smell in trouble, cause from them we want example. There is so much bickering, hatred they harboring. Look at them in Parliament, such an embarrassment. Love has walked out of your door, morals and values no more. They are the selfish vice, leading to your demise. But there are consequences for all your offenses. Please take my advice and open your eyes. See Bob come a wadu with who says how. Learn from their mistakes, who behave do. For allowing policy decision with no engagement or consultation. Helen, get on your knees and pray. For remaining so silent while children become violent. Helen, get on your knees and pray. Election time they promise honesty, but they thieving from your treasury. Helen, get on your knees and pray. So if success you must realize and call down her paradise. Helen, repent and be baptized. So if success you must realize and call down her paradise. Helen, repent and be baptized. Helen, where party? Thank you.
Let's give it up for Ivani and his crew. And I mean, honestly, not just because I was part of that team, and not just because the gentleman on the stage wrote the song, but because I want to help Ivani to stand tall but remain teachable. I just want to tell you that yes, his diction was clear and he had stage presence and he really delivered on the day. And I know what you're asking. You sure he didn't win? Well, he won. He won in our hearts and he won. All right? So let's give it up for Ivani and his management team. Okay, yes, you see them screaming at the back because honestly it took a lot. But we did it and we will do it again. So Ivani, when you're going out to the big yard, which I'm sure you have already gotten calls for, don't forget your writer, don't forget your arranger, don't forget your backup singers, MSS teachers. Give it up for us. Don't forget your dancers. Don't forget the people who are with you. Don't forget Micoud Secondary School. Let's give it up for ourselves. And don't just shout our names, but you know, the paychecks. The paychecks. All right. Okay. So as I mentioned paychecks, there are a few other people whom we must mention. So I'll put a pin just so I could mention their names right now. Anto's Supermarket, Bank of St. Lucia, Blue Waters, Coconut Bay Resort and Spa, Mr. Kali Kanai, Dixie Mart, Faith Tabernacle, Furniture City, Green Spaces, Isaac and Joseph Enterprise, Island Meats. Give it up for our sponsors. And now the reason I came, I don't know for you all, but this is the reason I came when we start to award people for all of their help. I hear somebody say same. Somebody say same. That's why I came. I know that's why you all came. Don't be so scared. Don't be shy. Okay, so at this point, I would like to invite Miss Natasha Wilson and Miss Judy Hallow to help present the awards. I would also like the homeroom sponsors and the year head to please stand by in case we do not have a representative from the sponsors or the company. I would also like the following sponsors or representatives from the companies to please make your way backstage so that we can facilitate the awards more easily. Miss Shira Charles, Southern Taxi, Surgical Life, Miss Jetty Raymond, Mr. Kershik Charles, Massey Stores, Mrs. Gail Isaac, Bank of St. Lucia, Mrs. Ermendi Roses, Aaron M. Rentals, Mrs. Veronica Vitalis. I'm guessing since no one is moving, homeroom sponsors or year head? Okay. And now for the first award. The award for agricultural science, an award sponsored by Miss Shira Charles, goes to Ryan Butcher. The award for BFT construction, although he is absent, this award was sponsored by Mr. Noelius Promise, would have gone to Kimanti Lucy. The award for visual arts, an award sponsored by Southern Taxi, goes to none other than Rihanna Mata. The award for physical education and sport, an award sponsored by Surgical Life. This award goes to Nature Emmanuel. right? That's why you came back. That's why you came back. All right. The award for textiles, clothing, and fashion. An award sponsored by Mrs. Shady Raymond, former teacher and friend of the Micoud Secondary School. The award for textile, clothing, and fashion goes to Clarissa William. It's an emotional time for Clarissa. Give her a round of applause, everybody. All right. And the award for technical drawing. This award was sponsored by Mr. Kershik Charles. This award goes to K.L. Alexander. Is KL crying? Oh, no, okay. And the award for Spanish, an award sponsored by Massey Stores Limited. This award goes to, I thought I heard it, Iana Galto. The award for physics, sponsored by Mrs. Gail Isaac, is presented to Rayanne Lewis. For Caribbean history, an award sponsored by Bank of St. Lucia. The winner is Damien Maliassi. Damien Maliassi. For food, nutrition, and health, there is a special award. That award is sponsored by R&M Rentals, and that award goes to Nevaya Alien. And we have 2 awards for food, nutrition, and health. And so this award, sponsored by Mrs. Ermaine DeRoses, for food, nutrition, and health, goes to Mbeki Granderson. The award for geography, a wonderful subject, geography. The award for geography, an award sponsored by Mrs. Veronica Vitalis, goes to none other than Jessie Wilson. Jessie also receives the award for agricultural science practical. That award is sponsored by Isaac and Joseph Enterprise. Jess is receiving 2 awards. Yes, let's give him a little grace. And the award for social studies, an award sponsored by Faith Tabernacle. That award goes to Shanique Baptiste. Shanique also receives the award for Food, Nutrition and Health, the CVQ. That award was sponsored by our very own Mrs. Sandra John. So Shanice is also receiving 2 awards. Miss Sandra. Yes, I know, right? Everybody, Miss Sandra. And she's sponsoring the award for Food, Nutrition and Health, the CVQ, the practicals. And we're moving along. The award for Office Administration. This award was sponsored by Mrs. Leonie's Fassois. The award for Office Administration, this award was sponsored by Miss Jedi Harlow, our very own. Give her a round of applause. That award is presented to Janila Jackman. And Janila also receives the award for Integrated Science. The award for Integrated Science was sponsored by Mrs. Leonie's Fassois. So Janila is another student who's receiving 2 awards. Give her a round of applause. The award for Biology, an award sponsored by Miss Gianetti George, past teacher of Micoud Secondary, for Best Performance in Biology. And I'm looking at her and she's smiling at me already. Miss Nevlin Polius. Nevlin also receives the award for Chemistry and the award for French. The award for Chemistry was sponsored by Night Meds Pharmacy, and the award for French was sponsored by Miss Cindy Maffrey, our very own. Give Nevlin a round of applause. And the French teacher is presenting the French award. Let's give Nevlin a round of applause, everybody. And now down to Electronic Document Preparation and Management, EDPM. That award, sponsored by our very own, again, Mrs. Dana Shalmine Sami. That award is presented to Tarina Bretney. Tarina also receives the award for English Language, an award presented and sponsored by Miss Loretta Acti. Tarina also receives the award for English Literature, an award sponsored by Mrs. Nefertere Ferdinand. Tarina also receives the award for Information Technology, an award sponsored by Green Spaces. Tarina also receives the award for Mathematics, the award sponsored by Sasha Xavier. But that is not all. Tarina also receives the award for Principles of Accounts. That award was presented and sponsored by our very own Lave. And finally, Tarina receives the award for Principles of Business. Give Tarina a round of applause for her efforts. The award for Principles of Business was sponsored by Miss Natasha Clovis. So let me just go over that in case you missed it. Tarina received the award for EDPM, English Language, English Literature, Information Technology, Mathematics, Principles of Accounts, and Principles of Business. Give her a round of applause. These things don't happen overnight. You have to put in the effort. Congratulations, Tarina. while we're at it, I just want to highlight that Serena was also St. Lucia's Junior Minister of Tourism for 2023-2024. Why don't we give all of our graduates and all of those who have received the awards a round of applause. Congratulations. Let's celebrate hard work, because hard work pays. Yes, hard work pays off. Thank you very much.
Before we move on to our next award segment, we would like to highlight some of our sponsors: James Supermarket, Janu Credit Union, Ken Service Station, Night Meds Pharmacy, Lambury Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Lave, Massey Stores, Monipo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union, RM Prince, Rodo Car Wash Service. Let's give those sponsors a round of applause. And now we move to the area that we know that Micoud Secondary School excels in, and that is the Sports Awards. To help me distribute the awards, I would like to call on firstly Mr. Marriott. We are going to start with the Football Award. The Footballer of the Year 2024. Two strong candidates were considered for this year's Footballer of the Year. However, this prestigious award is captured by a young man more than worthy. His ability speaks volumes of his potential. Over the years, his quality on the football pitch has continuously improved. In the final year of his stay at MSS, his quality and maturity off the pitch also showed signs of improvement. While he mellowed down on the school compound, he heated up on the football field. He was a crucial part of the under-19 football team in the year 2022, playing a significant role in their quarter-final run. Last year, his performance was even more noteworthy as he kept his composure while driving the team forward, even though his efforts only resulted in a quarter-final exit on penalties. The potential of this footballer was on show for all to see, earning him the opportunity to represent his community in the semi-professional league and capturing the attention of the national team. This young man has bags of energy and he just never stops. We hope as he leaves this institution, he continues to pursue his passion. With pleasure, we announce that your class of 2024 Footballer of the Year is none other than Tej Pascal. Mr. Marriott will remain. Mr. Marriott will also assist with giving the award for the male athlete. The male track and field athlete of the year. From the moment the student stepped through the gates of Micoud Secondary, he established himself as a force to be reckoned with on the tracks. He represented his house and school excellently throughout his tenure at Micoud Secondary School. He participated in numerous track and field events and performed outstandingly, particularly in the 400 meters and 800 meter events. He has proven to be well-disciplined and reliable, especially in the latter parts of his school year. Every time he was called upon by his housemaster this year, he was more than willing to go and give his best effort. From the first event, the road race, right down to the final event of sports meets, the relays, this young man fought fiercely for his house, ensuring his house was represented well. His passion and determination to do his best made him an invaluable member of King House. Our male track and field athlete of the year is none other than Tej Pascal. We now call on Mr. Richard to assist us with the next sports awards. We're moving on to our female track and field athlete of the year. Our track and field female athlete of the year has been involved in track and field from the moment she stepped through the gates of Micoud Secondary. She represented her house and school very well throughout her tenure. At her very first event, the annual road relay, she was part of the Malcolm X team which dominated that event, securing first place. She has become well known at the school for her tremendous performance in track and field, in addition to excelling in high jump and long jump. She went on to represent Micoud Secondary School at the National Inter-Secondary School Track and Field Championship known as Island Champs. In this year's episode, she finished She finished second overall in high jump with her personal best of 1.55 meters and fourth place in long jump in her division. On the track, this athlete participated in 200 meters, 400 meters, as well as relays, where she held her own and medaled frequently. This student has participated in track championships in Grenada and has captured many gold medals at the annual National Track Championship in St. Lucia. Away from the tracks, said student always maintains a professional mindset, staying committed to her academics with the intention of pursuing a track scholarship one day to represent her country at Olympics. So remember this name. Join me in congratulating our female track and field athlete of the year, Rihanna Mato. Next, we move on to our netballer of the year for 2024. This young lady hit the ground running from her very first year at Micoud Secondary. Her name became synonymous with strength and speed. This warrior princess is an accomplished netballer, having led the school's team to several netball championships in both the under 16 and under 19 categories. She is a ferocious defender, and it is noteworthy that she is an all-round netballer, exemplifying the capability of giving an excellent account of herself in whichever position she is asked to play. She embodies team spirit, and so her outstanding talent and positive attitude has been spotted by the team of national coaches, leading to her selection for training for the national netball team. She possesses a genuine love for netball, and this has been displayed throughout her 5 years at MSS and also within her community. Our netballer of the year is none other than Lindell Dockson. We also have a special netball award that we would like to give to Rian Joseph. She has also demonstrated excellence and commitment to the sport of netball here at MSS. Next, we move on to the sport of volleyball. The Volleyballer of the Year 2024. The volleyballer of this year can be described as the perfect definition of a student athlete, showing commitment to both training and his education. The student portrayed discipline through punctuality and hard work. He would be the first to report to training and the first to get changed and head back to his classes when training ended. In addition, a number of notable aspects of leadership were demonstrated by the students whilst the games were played. Said students knew how to follow instructions accurately and maintained a fighting spirit even when the match was not in the school's favor. Nothing was too much for the student to do. If the student was asked to complete 100 reps of blocking, he would do so without any complaints. Even when the other members felt like they didn't want to do it, he would be the first to remind them of the purpose of the drills. The improvement made by this student even drew the attention of national coaches. This year's Volleyball Player of the Year goes to none other than Kadesh Johnny. And Mommy's proud. Well done, Kadesh. Now we're moving on to our Cricketer of the Year. The Cricketer of the Year hails from the cricketing community of Monrepo. This spin bowler has taken many wickets for the school from the time he first competed, which has raised his confidence in the game. His bowling skills helped Micoud Secondary School to reach the quarterfinals of the Under-19 school cricket competition, where he took 5 wickets in that game against Leon Hess. His cameo with the bat, scoring 30 runs off of 15 balls, was not even to bring the school to the semi-finals. However, his performance gained him a selection on the St. Lucia Under-19 cricket team. We introduce to you the Cricketer of the Year 2024, Seth Reno. It is important and noteworthy to take into account that mostly every individual here who receive a sporting award is also part of a national team of St. Lucia. So not only did they make a contribution to MSS, they're making a contribution to St. Lucia on the national team. Let's give our sportsmen and sportswomen a round of applause.
And it is also important to thank people who have helped us and made today possible. And so we need to thank Surgical Life, St. Lucia Mortgage and Finance Company Limited, St. Lucia Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Southern Taxi Association, the Serrier Foundation, Tigers Gas Station, the Trophy Center, Total Health Pharmacy, True Value, Willie's Wholesale, Winwood and Leeward Brewery, WLBL, Young Faith Inc., and Exclusive Bar. And now we are moving to the Outstanding and Special Awards category. And Miss Natasha Wilton and Miss Judy Hallow will assist. I would like to invite sponsors. I'm going to call out your names now. Please make yourselves available to the right, to my right, so that you could, if you want to, so that you could present the award. In the absence, would Mr. Marriott please step in? Mrs. Gail Isaac, Pastor Charles, Great Vision Designs, Vitus Peter, a representative for Senator Gibeon Ferdinand, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, please stand by. Teachers Credit Union, Coconut Bay Resort and Spa, RS Surveying and Construction Service Inc., Richards Sammy, Tigers Gas Station, Mrs. Flora Emmanuel Joseph, and Trophy Center. And now, for the first award in the category of Special and Outstanding Awards, the Phoenix Award. The Phoenix Award is donated by Mrs. Gail Andrew to a student, Mrs. Gail Isaac, to a student from the south of the island who has shown resilience. We present this award to one student who has, against all odds, made remarkable progress. Many students here would remember her in question as loud and aggressive, never willing to back down from a quarrel. On one occasion, the student was seen quarreling with another student on one end of the block. When she was informed that the homeroom sponsor had eyes in her direction, she quickly emerged on the opposite end of the block, the very picture of nonchalance. While still very much outspoken, there has been marked improvement in behavior, work ethic, and attitude towards authority, even in situations which tested her resolve. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great pleasure to present the Phoenix Award to none other than Miss Diana Frederick. It's not Diana. Yes, God. Congratulations, Miss Dina Frederick. The next award is the Emmanuel Serrier Memorial Award, which will be presented by Pastor Charles. The Serrier Memorial Award, sponsored by the Serrier Memorial Foundation, serves to award a student who has demonstrated exceptional ability in the arts. This year's recipient of the Serrier Memorial Award first displayed exceptional dance ability during a class party in Form 2. The student's first official stage performance was during the talent show organized by the PTCA in 2022, where the awardee graced the stage with impressive dance ability. This student has also made valuable contributions towards cheerleading during the MSS sports season, as well as drama presentations at General Assembly. At last year's Junior Calypso competition, this student played a pivotal role in the presentation that preceded the Calypso performance. To date, the most notable contribution the student has made to the arts is her participation in numerous dance performances with the Micoud Secondary Dance Company. For instance, at the National Award Ceremony and Fondor Jazz this year. Additionally, this student is a trainee of Moves for Days and has performed at Coconut Bay, Royalton St. Lucia, and a Carnival Parade show. The leader of MSDC, Micoud Secondary Dance Company, describes the student as self-confident, determined, strong yet humble, always willing to learn. This year's recipient of the Serrier Memorial Award is none other than Carrie Augustine. And the next award, the most improved student, an award sponsored by Great Vision Designs, Mr. Vitus Peter. I am certain more than one teacher here would describe this student as being distracted and uninterested in school. On several occasions, he has gotten into trouble, even to the point of getting involved in a fight in which he had no direct involvement. It did not take long for the student to acquire the unofficial label of being at risk. However, when the student lost his mother in Form 4, he rose to the occasion and displayed remarkable resilience even in the face of such tragedy. This student has made a complete 180 degrees life turn by developing a completely different attitude towards schoolwork. The student became more settled, focused, and numerous teachers noted a total change in behavior. He is now concerned about the example that can be set for younger siblings and takes caution and guidance from older siblings. There is no doubt that if this newfound focus and determination persists, there will be nothing that he cannot accomplish. The student who receives the award for being most improved is none other than Ron Polius. And I'm hearing that it's his birthday, so let's shout happy birthday! This next award, Emerging Student Leader, was sponsored by Senator Gideon Ferdinand, immediate past principal and friend of Micoud Secondary School. This student's face is very familiar to all students and teachers at Micoud Secondary, as the student boasts of a confident stance and a loud, authoritative voice. He serves as the supervisor of the National Cadet Corps. Additionally, when Mrs. Jean-Pierre was no longer part of our staff, he rose to the challenge of leadership and oversaw the cadets at the school, a task which he performs with the utmost diligence and intensity. When the student is conducting drills, I believe the individuals on the other side of the school would have no difficulty hearing. The effort and dedication the student has shown towards the Cadet Corps does not go unnoticed, and we are pleased to present the Emerging Student Leader Award to Zetas Lenore. This next award, the Most Resilient Student Award, was sponsored by Honorable Jeremiah Norbert. Many of you may have spotted this reserved, unassuming student's face around the school, having no idea about the story behind the quiet face. When the student was transferred to Micoud Secondary, the student's entire world had been turned upside down. The student's mother had passed away unexpectedly, and by the following year, his father had taken ill and passed away as well. To top it off, the student had to change schools and change residence. Even so, at the end of the academic year, the students had obtained an average of above 70%. As the years rolled on, one would see that there were days the student was really struggling with many of life's challenges. However, not one school day was missed, nor were there any issues with punctuality, deportment, or behavior. Today, yes, let's give him a round of applause for that. Today, this student sits with the graduating class, having weathered one of the most treacherous storms a child could ever face. One could describe this student as courageous, strong, and indeed resilient. Class of 2024, parents, guardians, everybody present, please join us in presenting this year's Most Resilient Award to Micoud Xavier. Yes, enjoy your moment, smile, congratulations. You have keep growing. Make a wish, make a chance, take a change. Okay. This next award, the Sportswoman of the Year Award. The Sportswoman of the Year Award was sponsored by Teachers Credit Union. Powerful, dominant, and relentless are just a few words that can be used to describe this outstanding athlete. This powerhouse of an athlete burst onto the scene and created an immediate impact on MSS Sports life. She has achieved numerous awards and medals in the areas of track and field. Some of her outstanding accomplishments include her record-breaking times and distances, especially in the long jump, 200 meter, 400 meter, and even the 800 meter events at many MSS annual inter-house sports meets. Her supremacy at the track led her house, Clark House, to victory at many inter-house sports meets. This young woman reigned supreme at the national level. She proudly represented Micoud Secondary every year at the Inter-Secondary School Athletics Championship in both individual and team track events. In addition, she has led both the MSS Under-16 and Under-19 netball teams to numerous titles within her 5 years, a feat which must be applauded and recognized. I am sure by now you must agree that this young woman's accomplishments throughout her 5 years at Micoud Secondary have placed her in pole position to be the recipient of this accolade. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride that I announce our Sportswoman of the Year, Miss Lindell Doxo. That's it, my girl. When you know it's yours, it's yours. And the Sportsman of the Year Award, sponsored by Coconut Bay Resort and Spa. This award, this student, has been a well-disciplined and well-rounded individual who has displayed great sportsmanship and character over the years. He is a punctual and hard-working athlete. Our Sportsman of the Year has been involved in numerous sporting disciplines from Form 1, participating in football, volleyball, track and field, and cricket, but his area of expertise being volleyball. Throughout his tenure at the Micoud Secondary School, he represented his house and the school very well. He consistently displayed an immense determination to win and fiercely fought until the end, even when the games were not in his favor. Our Sportsman of the Year is none other than a getter from Malcolm X's house, Kadesh Johnny. The highest academic achiever award is an award sponsored by Richard Sammy, RS Surveying and Construction Service, Inc. This award, given to the child who most consistently excels in academics, clearly goes to the student whom we just saw collect 7 awards on this very stage a few moments ago. She received the award for EDPM, English language, English literature, information technology, mathematics, principle of accounts, and principles of business. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we celebrate our most academic student, Miss Tarina Bretney. This next award is the award who goes to the most consistent student. And that award was sponsored by Tiger's Gas Station. From the time this student entered the school in Form 1, it was obvious that excellence and discipline were at the top of the priority list. This student is not only studious, but also exudes excellence, always going the extra mile. From Form 1, the student has always managed to attain an average of above 70%. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, this student navigated the virtual learning environment with stamina and dexterity, giving due diligence to all subjects, even while other students barely managed to even log in. The motivation, dedication, persistence, helpfulness, and studious attitude has not gone unnoticed. There was not one challenge that the student faced which was allowed to affect the quality of work that was produced. It is for these reasons that the most consistent student award is presented to Brianna Abbott. This next award is going to be presented by our principal, Mrs. Flora Joseph. So I would like to call her to the podium so that she could present the Principal's Award.
Thank you, Mrs. Shallery. Okay. This year, it was extremely difficult for me to decide who should get the Principal's Award. Normally, it's easy. I normally focus on students who struggle, improve, you know. I try to encourage the boys in particular. But when you have a student or students going through very similar experiences, you monitor the behavior, you monitor the attitudes, you monitor the determination, the drive. And for me, this year, in an era where excellence doesn't seem to be the order of the day, we need to start changing that. This student went through similar experiences as every other student seated here. COVID-19, transition, challenging learning environment, same SBAs, same teachers trying to push and get them to achieve. So the ground was level. When I went through, there were two other students that I was considering. I noted that they were covered somewhere else. And so I went back to the focus on excellence. The theme for this year's graduation is excellence, our heritage, and our future. And so the pleasure is mine to call on a student who has maintained the highest level of excellence for 2024. She came in 2021, and she maintained her excellence. She participated in all other things like every other student, but her grades were way above class of 2024. I am proud, I am honored to have had this student transferred to Micoud Secondary. Let us put our hands together for Tarina Brittany, the Principal's awardee for 2024. This child is going to become great. This child is going to excel. But as our guest speaker said, she needs the support. And so I want to challenge our parliamentary rep to put that child on the Monroe list. This child will make St. Lucia proud if she gets the support that she needs, the financial support that she needs. And I want you to zero in on our minister, because I'm putting him on the spot. She has the ability to excel. She has the ability to be great. She has the ability to make each and every one of us remember how good it is to be a St. Lucian. Tarina, I'm proud of you. Go and conquer the world. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Serena. And now for the final outstanding and special award, the Student of the Year Award. This award sponsored by the Trophy Center. And we would like to invite our DEO to present this award. From the time this student entered the walls of Micoud Secondary, absolutely no time was wasted in setting an exceptional standard. For one, this student has managed to score an average of above 80% all the way through to Form 5, a feat that many good students find challenging. In addition to academics, the student has made notable contributions in sports by obtaining a bronze medal in discus and a gold medal in shot put. The student represented Micoud Secondary in a public speaking competition organized by the Ministry of